Welcome friends in lecture 2 science lesson 12 electricity. Now in this particular video we are going to learn about the electrical circuit diagrams. Now electrical circuit diagrams are made with certain instruments, like first of all we need to understand that the battery is compulsory. So the battery is there with a positive terminal of a battery here, with a negative terminal of a battery, positive, negative. So this happens to be a battery. Now with a battery there is a key which is associated. So there is a key here represented with a spot, and this key passes so you can make the resistance here as a resistance, or you can make in the form of an bulb. So this is a bulb here, can be made as a round, and passes connected with an meter that is measuring of an electric current that we have learned last time, and showing it an ampere meter which shows the value of an how much amount of current is flowing. Furthermore, this resistance is covered with cell potential that is called as an voltage, to be measured by voltmeter. So the voltmeter is attached parallel to the resistance, that is here in this case is bulb. So this is represented as V as an voltmeter, and this is an A. The current always flows shown in a diagram, circuit diagram, as moving from positive terminal. So this is the positive terminal of the battery, this is the negative terminal of the battery. This is called as key, represented by K, right? And this is ampere meter, this is voltmeter, and this is bulb, or you can call it as an resistor. So here the current flows from positive terminal, passes through the positive terminal, passes from here through the circuit, passing from here and going towards an ampere meter, and passing, if the key is on, and reaching back to the negative terminal of the battery. So this is called as a circuit diagram. Fine. So this is a circuit diagram. This particular wire, so wire is metal wire, this is called as an conductor. This is metal wire is called as an conductor because it conducts the electricity. Fine. This is called as a battery. So this is battery, this is a metallic wire which is a conductor, passes through the bulb which is called as an resistance, and it is attached parallel with the voltmeter, and this is passing through an ampere meter called as an measuring device for current, and passing through keys and going back to the negative terminal of the battery. This is how the circuit diagram is supposed to be made. Fine. There is a sum after this. This is called as an electric circuit diagram. Electric circuit diagram. Fine. So this is how we need to make it. Systematic circuit diagram. Now there is an example 12.1. Now this example is here, which is kept. A current of 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of an electrical bulb for 10 minutes. Find the amount of electrical charges that flow through the circuit. So this is a sum that is given here. Here the current is given 0.5 ampere, filament of an electric bulb. So this much amount of current is passed through the electric bulb for 10 minutes. So how much amount of electrical charge flows, that is Q, is we need to supposed to find. Yesterday, as I told you, first of all we are always going to write down what the values they have given. So we are going to write down I, that is current is 0.5 ampere they have given. Here the time they have given is equals to 10 minutes, right, and it flows through the circuit. So we need to find out what is an amount of charge which is flowing towards it. So this can be first of all converted into seconds, because this is always in seconds. So 10 multiplied by 60 happens to be 600 seconds. Fine, can be denoted as S also, and that is more correct. Fine, we know the equation I is equals to Q by T, that we have done it yesterday, that is in the last video. Q is equals to I multiplied by T. Fine, so this happens to be an equation for us which can calculate. So Q will be equals to I, we know, is 0.5 multiplied by 600 in terms of seconds. So this gives you value, that is 5 by 10 multiplied by 600. So 1 0 is getting cancelled upon here, right, and 5 6 that is 30 happens out to be 300. So this is 300, and the charge is always in terms of coulombs. So Q value comes out to be 300 coulombs. So this is your answer. This is an amount of charge which is passing. Fine, this is 300 amount of coulomb charge which is passing towards it. Now next is about electrical potential and what is potential difference. Now as an topic, that is electric potential. Electric potential and potential difference. What is potential difference? So we need to find out these two, what is called as an potential and what is called as an potential difference. Fine, so coming back to the topic around what is potential and potential difference. Now to know this, first of all we need to understand in some other terms, okay, what you understand by this. Now getting to the point, now if I tell you that what is, suppose if I give an example for water potential, there are two bottles, suppose one is this bottle and second is the another bottle which is connected with a tube. Suppose both of the bottles are connected with a tube here, right, and these are connected with the tube and which is capable of passing. Now if the water is filled here and here also the water is filled, fine, this both the jars the water is filled. So do you think so that the water is going to pass from one position to the another? No. Why? Because both the jars are completely filled, so there is, both are having equal potential. That means the amount of water quantity, that is an energy which is associated with the water, is equal, so neither of them going to flow. Fine, suppose if I keep in the same way, if I keep another bottle here and this is filled with water and they are connected with a lower side, and another one is empty, this one is filled here, and we have applied a cork which is not opened yet, and this one is empty or having a small amount of water. So you can say that this is having more water and this is having less water. So you may understand one way, okay, there the chance is that the water is going to flow from here to here and get equalized. Fine, that much amount of more amount of water which is having here is going to pass through here and make it into the form of an equal. So if I draw it again, then after some point of time we might see fine, this is a connection here and we have opened, this is closed in this case and this is open here. So once it is open, you may see that the water is going to start pass from this point to this point, and at certain point it is going to get stopped. So you may see that the water has passed from one point and become equal, so the water is filled on both the side. That means the more potential, this is can be more water, that is more potential energy. more potential energy and less potential energy. So less potential energy and more potential energy. So always passes from more potential energy towards the less potential energy, and it equalize. This is equal. You can say they are both equal by their terms. Fine. So it is always passing from more potential energy. In the same way, suppose if you are in some so this is a slide, suppose, and on this slide the small children slide and come down. Fine. So on the slide the children comes and come down, and they climb these staircases also. So they climb all these staircases and come to certain point, and after that they stand on it and they slide on it. So they slide on it, right, and they get down here at downward side. So first of all they have to climb here from this particular position and then go up. Fine. And climb up. So they have to go here, and after that they come down. Fine. So this is a staircase, and you have to utilize energy to climb this staircase. You have to utilize chemical energy of your body to climb up and then slide down in the same manner and slide down. So you come to the here, and the amount of energy is dissipated. That means that amount of energy is utilized to climb up first of all, and it comes down. So that energy is utilized. Fine. The potential energy here after coming here turns back to 0. That is where it has started from. Fine. So this is how you do it and utilize your potential energy. In the same manner, in case of an battery, there is a positive terminal and a negative terminal, and in case of positive and negative terminals there is always a potential difference. This is a positive and this is a negative terminal, and it is connected with a bulb. Suppose this is a bulb here, and this battery is connected with this bulb here. So you may find these are having more electrons which can pass from one point to the another. This is having a less electrons. Fine. So it passes from more electrons towards the less electrons, and this is how the energy passes from one point to the another point. This is a battery where this is having more amount of electrons here. The chemical energy is utilized to pass the electron from one point to the another. So what is the difference in the amount of electron is the same amount of difference in the charges, and the same amount is called as a potential difference. To pass it, how much amount of energy they dissipate or how much amount of energy they have gathered to pass it from one position to the another position, that is called as an amount of work done. And this work done makes this bulb glow, because this heats the bulb and make it glow here. Fine. So we may understand this. Okay, the electron passes from one point to the another point. So this is called as potential difference. Potential difference is nothing but work done by charges. Work done by number of charges, that is, you can say total charges divided by total charges. I would write it again. In short, that potential difference is called as an voltage. So voltage is equals to work done upon total charge. So work done upon total charge, that means how much amount of work done. That is, suppose if I take it as 1 voltage, so 1 voltage is equals to 1 joules of energy. 1 joules of energy that is dissipated either in the form of an heat or either in the form of an mechanical work done by 1 coulombs of charge. Done by 1 1 coulombs of charge, that is equals to 1J upon 1C. So 1J upon 1C, 1 joules of energy dissipated by 1 coulombs of charge, that is called as an 1 voltage, that is nothing but 1 potential difference. So 1 coulombs, as you know, is 6.25 into 10 raised to 18 electrons which are present, and this is the amount of heat energy or chemical energy or mechanical energy that is counted, is done. So this much mechanical, electric or heat energy work done by 1 coulombs of charge, this potential difference is called as an 1 voltage. This is nothing but potential difference. Potential difference, shortcut I will write down as PD, potential difference. Fine. So this is how we calculate potential difference. V is equals to work done. This was given by Volta. So the unit is mentioned as volt only. So the SI unit of voltage is V, and symbol of also is counted as V only. Symbol is also V only. Fine. So voltage that we are keeping as V, and its units are joules per coulombs, as we have already talked about. Fine. That is joules per coulomb. We will complete with one example, that is 12.2, that how much work is done in moving 2 coulombs of charge across 2 points having the potential difference of 12 volt. So they have given, this is example 12.2. Example 12.2. This shows they have given it amount of 2 coulombs of charge. So they have given Q is equals to 2 coulombs across 2 points, that is potential difference voltage is given as 12 volt. Fine. So voltage is given as 12 volt. So we know the formula, that is how much amount of work done, that means the work done is supposed to be found out. We know the formula as V is equals to W by Q. So therefore W, that is work done, is equals to V into Q. So therefore work done is equals to V as 12 volt and coulombs as 2, turns out to be 24, and the unit is joules, So therefore work done in moving charge is, in this case, is 24 joules. So this is your answer, right? So this is 24 joules. Fine. We'll keep up till here and continue in the next video. Thank you.